Hi there, future Ps. This is Wasim. I'm a licensed professional engineer in the US and Canada. I've authored several books on the topic of FE electrical and PE power exam preparation, and I also run popular exam preparation programs for FE electrical and PE power exams. So without further ado, let us dive into the content. In general, on average, these are some of the core factors that kind of hold back or impede progress. The first one is no clear structure accountability. So many times when students enroll in my FE electrical and computer exam preparation program, and I have a one-on-one onboarding call with them, they tell me that Wasim, I actually started the FE electrical and computer exam preparation on my own, picked up a book or two from Amazon, and I started, going through the books. Most of the books are outdated, by the way, and there's a lot of AI generated content lately. But a lot of students tell me that for an entire month, they were stuck in mathematics. I'm not sure if any one of you can relate to it because if you don't have a structure, if you don't have a system, if you don't have a roadmap, if you don't have a support, then essentially the wheels that you're spinning are not going to necessarily result in progress. The second one is overwhelmed by challenging sections. I'll give the P exam example now, P power. When you start studying for, let's say, the P power exam on your own, as I mentioned earlier, the very first section that you start out with measurement instrumentation, it starts with instrument transformers. You open the reference handbook, instrument transformer is not even mentioned. There are a lot of very abstract topics in P power exam. So that is also true for FE electrical. There are a lot of very abstract topics. Signal processing, communications tend to be one of them, electronics, portions of electronics, even circuit analysis if you don't approach it correctly. So as soon as you get overwhelmed by a section or a knowledge area, what do? You won't be able to decode it. And this is typically when people unplug their preparation. I've got this small request for you. 77% of you watching right now are not subscribed to the channel. That's a massive number. If this video is helping you out in any shape, way, or form, please do me a quick favor. Please hit the subscribe button and ring the bell. That way you will not miss out on any content that we've got planned, and it really supports the channel. Burnout and motivation crash. I think this is related to the first 2 points because typically motivation can be sustained based on my observation, personal experience as well, both in terms of teaching, preparing for exams, learning anything new, or in the gym. As long as you are seeing the results, you will be able to continue. And I'll speak for myself. As long as I'm seeing the results, I am more likely to stick with the process. Okay. But if I feel that whatever I'm doing is not yielding any results, again, highly likely to pull the plug. And inefficient studying really leads to little progress. And then you start questioning that, I'm already working full time, I'm gainfully employed, career is fine, I'm not under any type of a pressure from a supervisor and whatnot. So I'll look into it later on. And then the next year, this becomes more challenging. And the following year, it becomes even more challenging. And the P license kind of, becomes an elusive goal that is almost always out of reach. I've helped folks with all different starting points prepare for FE electrical, the power in the first attempt, people basically starting for different types of academic backgrounds, personal scenarios, circumstances. You'll find tons and tons of testimonials on LinkedIn, on Reddit, on YouTube, internationally trained engineers. I've even had folks who had recently arrived in the US, couldn't even basically speak English and ended up passing the exam in the first attempt. They had to transition and learn the language, so to say, and essentially were able to get the EID certification, the P licensure, and open tons of opportunities for themselves. One small comment that I'd like to make is that in the AI landscape right now, this is what I'm observing. New graduates are really struggling, not only in the STEM fields, in engineering, but across the board. You guys might have noticed this, heard about it, read about it. The licensure essentially is your armor against AI in the sense that AI, at least in the foreseeable future, I don't expect it to be taking on any type of responsibility or liability or to be held accountable. I think that level of trust and accountability will always be with the humans. And within the profession of engineering, your PE license really gives you a very clean shot at creating that armor, bulletproofing yourself against the AI threat. What I'm noticing amongst the new graduates is that folks who have the EIT certification and are getting the FE and PE done sooner are able to get a foot in the door, and a lot of employers are asking for it explicitly. What I'm noticing in the world of MEP consulting as well is that there is an increased pressure on employees, engineers from management because more and more clients are asking for it. And even folks who are internationally trained engineer, I think on average, this is your best gateway towards establishing your career in the US. If you have non US credentials, if you have education outside of the US. So I think outside of just the obvious certification and whatnot, I think the long term view that one should adopt in terms of the rapidly changing dynamics is that this certification helps you not only to stand out amongst your peers and competitors who are humans, but you also have to take into a equation that you essentially are competing with AI. Employers are actively trying to optimize their systems and tilt them the SOPs and workflows so that AI can do a bulk of work. But at the end of the day, I think, I don't know if you guys agree with me or not, but as far as the liability portion is concerned, to me, it's incomprehensible as to how you can offload or outsource that to AI. So strongly recommend that looking 5, 10, 15 years out, I think this would be an extremely valuable investment in your career if you start on this journey sooner rather than later. If you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing. On a weekly basis, I'm creating content for FE electrical and PE power exam preparation. I also discuss topics related to electrical engineering with a focus on power systems engineering. If you'd like to learn more about my FE electrical and PE power exam preparation programs, please visit my website, studyforfe.com.